Gods Meltdown, and today I have the pleasure to be joined by
Hal Marabel from the band Mad Invasion.
It's great to be chatting to you this evening. Crack in the Sky is a killer album. How pleased are you with the reviews and feedback from media and fans so far?
Well, thank you. Really nice that you enjoyed it. I mean, the feedback has been great so far, so we're really happy about that. We worked quite hard on the album, so yeah, now it's out there.
Yeah, it's brilliant. So you've released quite a few singles. Voodoo Queen is a favourite of mine on the album. Which is yours today and why?
I think there are a few ones. Voodoo Queen is a cool one, definitely. Also like Flesh and Blood, that's kind of like the heavy, grindy one that we all like in a band. And then there's one that's a bit more melodic, which is Heat of the Night, that we also like a lot. So yeah, there are a number of good songs on the album.
Yeah. Sometimes, like with a title like In the Heat of the Night, I thought, have you covered Diamond Head songs? But it wasn't to be. It's like your own song, In the Heat of the Night. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. It's not an unusual title, but it felt right for that song. So
cool. All right. The release date, did you all meet up?
Well, actually, here the release date is Friday, so we're planning a party for all the closest people involved. You know, we're quite a big team that are working on the videos and in the studio and playing live and stuff. So we're just gonna have a big old release party.
So what's the secret then to maintaining good chemistry in the band?
Well, we've kind of known each other basically since the 80s. So I think when we have that long history together, we kind of know where we have each other. So there are no surprises, there are no like everything a lot smoother. We've sort of ironed out all the edges over the years. So we're quite harmonized with the guys.
Excellent. So how's it been having Mikkey Dee in the band as like a mainstay now? Yeah, that must be amazing. Has he helped inspire you both?
Well, definitely. I mean, he is a special guest, so he's not a permanent band member. But from the first album in 2021, where he just made some guest appearances in some of our videos, it took a big step in a different direction when he actually suggested himself that he played the drums on the follow-up album. So we were obviously ecstatic about that and feel that, you know, his drum playing and his attitude has really helped elevate the band's sound as well and the songs. So he really helped us to take it to the next level for sure.
What about plans for a tour then? Have you got anything set up? Are you going to do Sweden Rock, for instance?
We won't be at Sweden Rock, unfortunately, but we're looking to see where we can potentially do some spots during summer. It is a bit tricky with Mickey's schedule because he's quite a busy guy and he's out with the Scorpions and some of his other projects as well. So we're looking to see how we can solve that in a good way. But definitely ongoing discussions on that.
Excellent, yeah, because obviously he's busy. I mean, would there be like the opportunity to have like a standing drummer or something, or can you drum yourself?
Yeah, that is an option. Obviously, we'd rather have Mickey, so that's going to be the primary solution we're going for. But definitely, we'll have a backup as well, just in case.
So, do you have any other bands as well yourself, or is this just your main band?
Yeah, for me, I have another band which is more on the melodic side. We're called Bad Habit Sweden.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And Bad Habit has also been around since the 80s. So it's a lot of old bands still hanging around.
I know, Sweden's crazy. I was just saying to my girlfriend, like, she's like, so who are you interviewing today? I'm like, I'm a band from Sweden.
Another one.
Another one. I've got like about, I don't know, in my playlist, well over 101 playlists and another growing Sweden bands constantly. It's amazing, really, that you got such talented pool of musicians in your country and so many amazing bands. So if you could go out on tour with two Swedish bands, which bands would you take with you?
There's some good ones. I mean, we like, if you're looking at the kind of rocky melodic, we have bands like Heat is a cool band.
I love Heat, yeah. Moustache.
Moustache a bit more like on the heavy rocker side. That would definitely be very cool. So yeah, there are quite a few bands we could consider pairing up with if we have the opportunity, for sure.
Brilliant. So, are you going to be releasing any more tracks then once albums drop? Videos?
Yeah. There is one more. So we released 5 singles and videos, and we have another one cooking for now in May as a follow-up to the album, which is a bit of a slow, kind of bombastic, dramatic ballad, you could say. It's kind of a special song, so we want to save that for last. It's called Master of Sorrow. That's the one. So yeah, it's been quite a number of releases connected to the album, but it's part of the overall storytelling. Also, there's a theme to the album, so each video tells one piece of that bigger story. So that's kind of been also the plan, to divide it up a bit.
Okay, I mean, you've been like in the music scene since the '80s. Then, how different has the world's really changed? Obviously, how glad are you to started as a musician back when you did in the '80s?
Very glad. We were talking about it just the other day. I mean, the bands in those times, 70s, 80s, they were like original bands. They were fighting hard for their position on the market. They were really driven. They were, super disciplined and boneheaded. Nowadays, it's more like, there are a lot of good bands, so I'm not putting anybody down, but the essence of the band is different than it used to be. So we kind of missed this classic, setup of a band and the way they would write their songs and just go with their original vision, no matter what. So we tried to stay true to that also in Mad Invasion, to have one foot solidly placed in this sort of classic rock vintage era, but also then trying to, create kind of a modern overlay sound to go with it. Yeah. So it matters like both the past and present in a way. So that was always the plan, but we need the roots for sure.
So our Mad Invasion caught up with all the internet, like with Twitter, TikTok, all the social medias. Are you on all of those? Are you?
Not on TikTok. We're too old for that. But we do the.
I use it. I hate actually.
Yeah, that's probably about just learning how to. Yeah, maybe it's just like learning to do it, but we haven't gotten into it so far. So it's mostly the regular, like the YouTube and the Facebook and the Instagram.
Yeah. I'm on Facebook, baby, me. Facebook and YouTube, totally.
Yeah, they're quite good.
But a TikTok, it's all right. It's I never actually watch the videos. I just put the video up and I don't watch other people. I'm not interested. Yeah. Just doesn't appeal, no.
Well, actually, I was doing a nostalgic kind of summary the other day, looking at albums over the history of time that we've been around since the 70s, and a couple of albums there that stick out that I'd love to call out is, I was very much into the glammy part of hard rock. So even if we had like the Led Zeppelins and the Deep Purples and Black Sabbath, it was a lot about Kiss. Mm-hmm. It was a lot about Sweet and Slade and these bands. With like an interesting, flavor and overlay on the rock scene. So I would go with a couple of those albums from late 70s, early 80s there. Well, being a guitarist, there's been a long history of listening to virtuoso guitarists over the years, and of course, me and many others had like our Yngwie Malmsteen period. Mm-hmm. He was definitely breaking new boundaries when he came. So that whole scene was really interesting. And listening to other guitarists as I mean, everything from Zakk Wylde to Red Beach to Doug Aldrich. I mean, I personally like the guitarists that have a bit of edge and attitude, and that can really, hit hard on the strings.
Yeah.
Hammer home, so to say.
Okay.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I think that, we're kind of people that adapt quite easily to new surroundings. So obviously some of the more convenient stuff like your your online account so you can log into your Netflix at the hotel, your YouTube, so you can, you know, film and check out stuff and stay current. But otherwise, I mean, it's a lot about adapting to where you're going, and the customs and the people in that country you are, you know.
Okay, talk about countries then. Which 3 countries would you love to play that you've not played yet?
Would love to play Italy.
Right.
Would be great. We played the UK, we played Germany, played a bit in the US. So I would also like to play in Saudi Arabia.
Really? Okay. Right. That's different.
Just for the hell of it, you know, it's just such a crazy, you know, place, and everything is so extravagant, and so that's actually something that we're looking into, because we did get like a kind of a pre-request about a year back.
Right.
So there were questions then, so we might take that up. That would be an interesting place to play, and Canada would be nice.
Okay.
As well.
Cool. Okay, so now this is 6 questions off the bat. So which musician, dead or alive, would you have in your car for a 24-hour road trip?
Guitarist Randy Rhoads.
Okay, great answer. Yeah. If there was a song, like a made-up song about your personality, what would it be called?
Oh, wow. I would say Dog Man with King's X.
Okay. Cool. Do you prefer vinyl or digital?
I've actually gone back to appreciating vinyl in a whole new way. The warmth of the sound and remembering the feeling, you know, back in the 70s and 80s of you know, saving your money, buying the album, listening to it, looking through the, you know, the cover art and the lyrics and everything. So I'd say I'm really taking a step back to the vinyl.
Brilliant. You need a mortgage to buy vinyl these days, like, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
I love the second-hand shops, mate. Second-hand record shop.
Yeah.
All right. They're the best. Performing live, do you prefer a festival or small intimate gig?
Advantages with both, I would say. I mean, playing your own gig, you have all the time you need just to focus on yourself and getting things right and so. But the festival is kind of like more edgy, because everything is a lot more constrained, and, you know, the time is very limited and you have to be super sharp. So really appreciate that as well. So it depends on the festival and which other bands are playing, I would say.
Okay. Do you prefer meatballs or beer?
Well, it's an easy one now because I don't eat meat since some years back, but of course there are veggie meatballs. But I do love a good beer. I like the Indian Pale Ale, American Pale Ale is like the favorite.
Okay. And the final one, ABBA or the Helicopters?
ABBA all day. Love ABBA.
Yeah. Well, Anna, thank you so much for your time again. Congratulations on the album. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers and listeners?
Listen to the album. Hope you like it. We worked hard for it, so we really appreciate if you give it a spin or two and see what you think.
You're all going to die. You're all going to die.